Okay, so it's super bright, but this is how my house looks like, and I'll take you on a tour. So here I have my Dieffenbachia and Kalankoi. Yeah, it's growing pretty well. And this is actually a flowering plant. It's amaryllis. It was the first plant I got, and yeah, it's a flower. All the all the plant shops were closed, so I just got it at the supermarket. That's a calathea. It's doing really well. And this is my favorite view of the house because in the mirror you can see my plant shelf. So that's cute. Over here I've got, this is like a propagation of Colesia Repins. I had a few of them, but I gave them to my friends and they grow super okay, they grow super fast. We also have a terrarium, and I'm not sure of like what they're called. Everybody's doing great except for the guy in the back, like this guy. I think it needs more water than we expected it to, but yeah, the rest are growing really well. And this is my Monstera. It was a tiny baby when we first got it, but it's grown really big. And this is Pelea something. I don't remember the name, but I will find out and I'll let you know. It's not doing so great, but it started growing again, so I'm just gonna see how it grows. And this is my Pelea Peperomioides. And these guys were a gift from my partner's mom, and she gave a tiny plant, but it had a lot of babies, so I just separated them and propped them. And these are the same babies. I mean, now they're big. And this one has got a lot of babies, and I think I figured out how to like have them produce more babies, like compared to these guys. They don't have any babies. I mean, this one has one and this one has one as well, but a huge difference compared with this guy. So I can share that. I have a south facing window here, and these are the plants that get quite direct light all day. Let me just move here. So that's my Tradiscantia Sabrina. This is the fastest growing plant I think I have. And that's another Pelea baby. And that's Peperomia pepper spot. It's just a propagation because while I was moving the mother plant, some of the stems fell off. So I just propped it in the soil and it's growing okay. It's not doing so well. That's my Begonia incanite. This one wasn't doing great, I think. So I tried a lot of options, and it really likes like full-on direct light, and you just have to water them a lot more than your other houseplants. And I was scared that it was gonna die, so I made some propagations here and here. This is, I think I used 2 leaves, and yeah, there's a lot growing. I have this fluffy cactus here. I don't know what it's called. That's a Sansivaria, is it? Sansivaria Hanyai. And this guy's doing really well. Look how massive this leaf is. Like, I think when we got it, we didn't have these 3 leaves, and they've grown huge because I'm giving it really direct light. And that's the, I don't remember the name now, some Pedro Cactus. So this bit broke off, and then the broken part we put it in the terrarium that you saw earlier. And yeah, so it's just growing from where it broke off, and it's doing really well. And that's my palm. It's called, I can't remember. Ooh. Yeah, this guy is also doing really well. I wanted to one day become like a massive palm, and like look at this leaf. This is the last leaf that unfurled, and it's doing really well. Moving on, we have Monstera Addisonii. This is also a pretty fast growing plant. I repotted it once, and it was a really tiny baby plant, and now like, yeah, I just put it in a teapot that I found in the secondhand store, and the pot fits really perfect, so I think that's really cute and I love it. Next on, this is my golden pothos. So I just recently repotted it and cut a few of the branches, but I really let me step back. Okay, it's a bit dark, but I just wanted to grow on this ladder. Okay, the lighting is not working for us. But it's on a ladder and I just want it to like trail upwards, so I've been like, I don't know if you can see it here, but I've just been tying it to make it grow upwards. I think this is just like a hemp rope, and I don't know if it's gonna damage the stems, but so far it's been okay. And yeah, that's the places I've cut. I had like 2 branches that was growing really fast, and while I was repotting, I had like some of them propagated already in soil. I don't know why, but I can't propagate anything in water. It seems to rot for me, but in soil they work really well and they were growing really good roots, so I just put them in the bag just to make it a bit fuller. And up here we have the Brazil Philodendron, and they're looking really nice. I also noticed that they don't really, like, I had them in direct light for some time, but I think it does burn their leaves. Like, I have like some of the leaves with like this weird texture. I think that's what happens when they're burnt, like you can really tell here. So it's got this weird texture. I also had like a thrip infestation, so that's also why some of my plants aren't doing so great, but I got rid of them completely within like 10 days, which was really surprising because I've heard they're a nightmare. This is my Peleonia Pulkra, and this is one of my favorite plants. Look how pretty they are, and they're so easy to propagate as well. Like, you just take a cutting, and I mean, I guess people usually put them in water, but I don't, like I said before, I can't really grow anything or propagate anything in water. And once you cut the stem out, it's just gonna grow like that on the mother plant, and they're so pretty, and I love how dark they are, and they grow pretty well. Like, it's not too slow of a grower, like you can really see that they're growing. And above it I have the mother plant, the Colesia Repins, and this guy is just like, this guy grows really fast as well. Like, if you give it enough light, it's just gonna grow like insanely fast. Okay, the light is not working, but yeah, that's how it looks like. And this is not like the pink cute one, I just found the regular one. Like I said, I never spend a lot of money on my plants. I just want to get the basic plants and be happy with it. I don't really care about the, I mean, I find the rare plant really pretty, but yeah, I'm just not willing to spend a lot of money on plants. Anyways, so this is the most expensive plant I have, and I think we paid I don't remember now. I think it was 20 euros, but if I'm wrong, like, I'm just gonna ask my partner how much we actually paid for this, because he was talking to the person that sold it to us. But I think it was 20 euros, and look how beautiful it is. And since we had her, she's grown, she's unfurled 1 leaf and 2 leaf. The second one is much smaller, like, I don't know if you can see it, but the second leaf is so much smaller, so I moved her so that she could receive like a good direct light like all day. Let's move on. Here I have string of pearls. I also recently repotted it. It's also in like a cute jug. It's like a massive jug, and I just changed it. So I got it in a tiny pot, about this big, and it just grew out. Like, I just kept twirling it inside as it grew, and then now it's filling up this pot really well, and I just wanted to kind of trail down. So yeah, so that's why I repotted and put it in this guy, and it's like starting to do that on this side, which is really cute. My string of hearts, it's a propagation. I'm just waiting for it to grow a bit bigger so I can either give it to a friend of mine or yeah, I don't. Okay, there we go. So this is my Synapsis. I don't know how to pronounce it, but you know which one I'm talking about. It's so pretty. This is the newest plant I own, and I've been looking for it for such a long time. I don't know why it's so difficult it is to find in Germany, but it took me ages. I'm also still on the hunt for marble queen potos, and I don't know why, but they're so hard to come by. This is my peacock plant, or Colesia Macoyana. I think this one is Macoyana. So it was receiving a lot of light, but you can see like the new growth is pretty green. So I think this guy, when I traveled, I put all my plants in my bedroom, which has a north facing window, so they weren't receiving enough light, and I think that's why it's like completely green. So I put him here now, and it gets really good lighting. Okay, and this guy, Synapsis, it's called, yeah, I can't remember it, but this is also one of the newest plants that I got. I got it with the other Synapsis, so I'm really happy that I found the two kinds that I have been looking for, and this one was about 10 euros. Oh no, maybe it was 6. And the other one, I'm actually gonna look up prices so that I can include it, or maybe I'll I don't know if I'm gonna do that because it's a lot of work. I have a lot of plants. So yeah, so these are the two new plants that I got. And up here we have the Philodendron Birkin. So when I first got it, it was super tiny, like it was like really small, and it just said philodendron, and I just didn't know what kind of philodendron it was, so I just bought it because I'm like, oh, I heard it's a very easy plant to grow and it's pretty cheap, because it was such a baby. And look how like it's so big and lush, and it looks so nice. Like this is slowly turning into one of my favorite plants. It wasn't in the beginning because it was so tiny. And here I have my what is it? It's potos, but like the light one, the neon potos. So this is the mother plant, and it wasn't doing so well, so I got some cuttings, and these guys are doing really well. I find that these grow a bit slower than the golden potos, but I know golden potos is like one of the fastest growing plants there is. And this is my Peperomia. I don't remember the exact name, but it's doing okay. Like it was doing really bad when it was flowering, so I don't know if it was the flowering that took a lot of energy from it, or I honestly don't know what happened. But it's like, I don't know, like a meter, no, maybe like 80 centimeter away from the south facing window, and it seems to be doing well, even though some of the leaves got burnt. So I'm still trying to figure out, like peperomias for me are really hard. Like even this guy is struggling like with burns because I just don't know how much light to give them, and yeah, and how much watering. Like I just water them when they're dry, when the soil is completely dry. But look, like I'm not doing a really good job here. And we just skipped this guy. It's a spider plant. I don't know the scientific name of it. So it came in two. So it was this guy and this guy together. I just separated them because this guy is growing babies, and also they had like this weird like wrapping around their roots, and that's also why it wasn't doing great. But like now it looks so much better, which I'm really happy about. We spoke about this Peperomia, and this is my Hartley Philodendron, just like the regular kind, I guess. Like I really want the mycons, but I just can't figure this guy out yet either. And it had, like, you can tell from the leaves that it suffered a thrip infestation. Most of my plants had it, and I completely got rid of them. I'm just gonna post a video on it as well. But yeah, I don't, there's some dots, so like I don't know if they're thrips, but anyway, I probably have to clean the leaves anyway, so I should have done it before filming this. And here is another Pelea peperomioides. And this was also in the same pot as the other guys. This one isn't growing super fast, but I believe this used to be a really tiny baby. And so this is my other Peperomia, Obtusifolia, the variegated kind. And as you can tell, I'm really like bad at taking care of Peperomias. Like this guy is really not doing so well. So I took a cutting. Now I can't remember where I put the cutting. Ah, it's up here. So I took a cutting because I thought I was gonna kill it completely. And the cuttings are doing okay, but yeah, I'm a really bad Peperomia parent. Like, look at this. I keep burning them. Oh no, this one's looking really bad. I didn't even notice. This is the regular Obtusifolia. And yeah, I just keep burning them. I'm like, yeah, I need to figure this out. But it's really difficult for me. I don't know why. Like, I can grow Calesias fine and these guys just die on me. This is also another Peperomioides. And that's the neon pothos. I showed you the cuttings earlier. And this is the mother plant. And this is another sad Peperomia story. This guy used to look so beautiful. It was one of my favorite plants, and now I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but it's dying, I think. I don't know, like it's growing and dying at the same time, so I just hope it survives. And this definitely is also one of my favorite plants. It's Begonia Maculata. Yeah. It's the polka dot begonia. It grows super fast. It loves like direct super bright light, so I just put it like right next to the window, so the window is right here. And yeah, it's doing really well. It grew maybe twice the size in the last couple of months, so I'm really happy about it. And this is an air plant, but it has roots. I can't really remember. Oh, Tradiscantia Sabrina or something, but it's growing a little baby here, so I'm really excited that it's just not gonna die off like when the winter comes. And this is my aloe. I got this from IKEA. It's doing really well. I just got the cheapest kind that had a lot of babies so that I can eventually propagate them and probably give them away to friends. I don't know if this aloe is the kind that I can use on my skin, but yeah. Let's move on to my ceiling. So this is my ceiling. I have my string of hearts hanging here. And it's one of my favorite plants. And this actually is one of the most expensive plants I own because I paid about, okay, let me just show you how long it is. So it comes down pretty low, and yeah, I paid about 20 euros on this, and trust me, everything else was much cheaper than that. Like even the Monstera I paid 12 euros. And then on the other side we have Peperomia pepper spot. As I said before, I'm really bad at taking care of like Peperomias. This guy seems to be growing really well, but yeah, I don't know, the leaves are so small. I don't know if they're eventually gonna grow bigger, but it hangs down pretty low. Oh, that's me. It hangs down pretty low, and yeah, everybody kept bumping into it, so I just like curled it and like put it on top like that. And yeah, that's my living room. I'm gonna move on to the kitchen. I don't have much going on in the kitchen, but there are some plants here, so let me just show them to you. So this is my Dracena. I don't know exactly the which kind, but it wasn't doing so well, I would say. Like it's doing okay, like it's a very sturdy plant. So I just repotted it because the soil was really compacted and I felt like the water is not going through. But now it's looking really bad because before the leaves didn't curve like this. It was like pretty straight like the bottom guy, so I don't know if I did something wrong. I will just have to see. And here is Fern. I don't know what kind of fern it is, but it looks like this. And I'm also really bad at taking care of fern. And this is my peace lily. This guy also was infested with thrips, but now it's gone. from the looks of it. This was the last one I found that had thrip infestation, so I just like I'm quarantining it here on my kitchen shelf. And this is a Begonia Maculata cutting. Like the leaf sometimes just falls off, so I'm just checking whether it's gonna root, because that would be nice. And this is my other Peperomia, no, not Peperomia, Pilea. And on my windowsill I have my tiny plant. So this is a golden pothos cutting, and it's not doing so well actually. Like this one is dead, so I'm just gonna pluck it off. It's not doing so well. I don't know the reason why. Maybe it dries out too fast, because I planted the other ones like this, not exactly like this, but in a plastic pot, and it did really well. This is my Sabrina cutting. I'm just like propagating it to give it to people, like friends and family. And this is my rubber plant. This guy used to be such a tiny baby. I think it only had like 3 leaves, but now it has all these leaves, and I think it's doing really well, and it loves like this direct light. I actually completely forgot my bathroom plants. So this is like an hour later. I've got my ZZ, which is growing really well. So this was, no, so I think it was this guy that was kind of unfurling when I bought it, and then since then it's grown this guy, and look how big this guy is. And I have rebought it once because it was like really, it was almost like trying to burst the nursery pot. And this is Sansivaria something, the cylindrica. I have no idea what it's called. I mean, I have an idea, but I don't know how to pronounce it. So this one has 1 baby here, and there's also a second baby, so I'm super happy. They just sit here in my bathroom. It's not super bright, but they have the north facing window, and they're doing pretty well. Oh, maybe I should have turned the light on. There you go. And that's all for my planters. I am also thinking about doing like plant growth, because I've been filming. Actually, I've been taking pictures also and filming. I don't know if I have videos for all of my plants, but the last few months, so you can see the growth of like how well some of them are growing, and or not. Yeah, so I might post that soon. And also probably about pests, if you have any questions, like, yeah, just write them down in the comments, or if you want a video like if you have any video requests, write that down as well. And I will see you soon.